Eric asked me to help him clean up his fence line. He's going to be putting his pastured chickens at the front pasture of his property, and he wants to have that protected with electric fencing. His electric fence charger is in the middle of his property in his garage, so we're going to run electric fencing along the perimeter fence up to the front pasture. So he's asked me to clean up the fence line to prevent anything from touching the electric fence to ground it out. It's about 1,500 feet of fencing to clean up. There's quite a bit of cleanup to do, so it's going to take me a while, probably a couple days. So I have no ending statement to say on that one. So let's just get going. All right, that was probably about 2 hours. Yeah, it's about 2 hours. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 800 feet. Nope, about 80 feet. Wow, I'm way off. So it's gonna take a few days, but good progress so far. Good morning, everybody. Today's adventure in fence clearing is not going as quickly or as smoothly as yesterday. Today's challenge is thickets and vines, and I thought, well, I'll use the weed whacker, the weed eater, the weed whipper, whatever you guys call it in your neck of the woods. But I spent more time fussing with it, trying to keep it going. It just wasn't working well, so I went back to the clippers. It's not as fast as I would like it to go, but sometimes you just gotta do it. You just gotta use what you have and just go. My goal today is to clear up 40, 50, 60, about 70 more feet is what I want to accomplish today. The moral of the story today is just use what you got and just go. Just do it. Don't wish what you had, use what you have. So that can apply to the job that you have, the lifestyle that you have, the car that you have, the house that you have, the land that you have. It doesn't matter, right? If you want something, start with what you have. If you want to get better at something, start with what you have. Work your way up. You know, I did the same thing with our YouTube channel. I didn't have a fancy phone or a fancy camera. I didn't have a fancy microphone. I had my cell phone. And I started recording videos with that. Didn't have fancy editing software. In fact, I still don't. Just use what I have. Now, I did eventually upgrade my camera. I now have the Canon M50, which is a pretty common vlogging camera. But quite honestly, it has its pros and cons, just like my phone had its pros and cons. So just use what you have. There's always something better. There's always somebody better. You just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. Yeah, we may work a little bit harder because we don't have the right tools or the right equipment or the right space or, you know, whatever, the right XYZ. But sometimes hard work is worth it. Sometimes it gives you more satisfaction than not working as hard to achieve the same results. So I say, give me the hard work. Let me work twice as hard to get where my friends or my competition or those people that I admire are. Because I'll get there, I'll learn along the way, I'll make a lot of mistakes, but those mistakes are huge learning opportunities. And let me tell you, I've made a lot of mistakes. One of the things that I used to say when I was working at my full-time job, I was there for 13 years, and pretty much every single day I would say the same thing. It's okay to make a mistake. I made mistakes every single day. I was the first person to admit it, and I would own up to it. And you know what? People didn't care. They understand. They make mistakes just like you do. So just do it. I know that's a big corporation saying, but quite honestly, maybe they're right. You just got to do it. Don't wish for what you had, use what you have. There's another thought that I have here. Self-doubt. I have lots of self-doubt. Always have, probably always will. I find myself trying to compare myself to others that I look up to. And I know that's not a healthy thing to do, but I do it. But when I reflect on what I've accomplished and what Katie and I have accomplished, and really take a non-biased look at it, the self-doubt shouldn't be there, but it is. But I keep on. I don't give up. I try new things. I really like what Justin Rhodes has to say. 1% improvement each day. You improve quickly. So for those of you who want to do something, whether it's homestead, building a garden, raising chickens, whatever it may be, but you have that doubt, my advice to you as somebody that has lots of self-doubt, do it anyway. What's the worst that could happen? You fail? Okay, so you fail. But at least you tried. I don't know. That's kind of where I think. You know, I spend about an hour each evening watching various YouTube channels. Friends of mine, people I don't know. I do it for inspiration and for knowledge. And I frequently compare myself to what I'm watching. And it's just not a fair thing to do, but I do it. And I find that most of the time I start getting down on myself because I'm not as good as them in some respect. Whether it's the filmmaking, the vlogging, the entertainment value, the knowledge value, their ability to speak more clearly than I can. Because boy, if you guys have watched the channel, you know I have a way with words. My kraemerism is bad word choices, mumbling, saying the wrong thing, using the wrong words. So I frequently compare myself to those that I watch, that I get inspired by. And then I'll get down on myself and I'll wonder why I'm doing it. But in the end, I don't give up. One thing that I have that I'm glad that I have, and it's a gift and a curse at the same time, is I can't quit. I don't quit. And I find that when I don't quit, despite having those lows, despite having that self-doubt, despite having those moments where I just want to quit, that I just want to give it all up and do something different that's easy. When I don't quit and I push through, even when it's difficult to do, the reward at the end when I succeed or I get that 1% better, all that self-doubt, it goes away. Maybe just for a moment, maybe just for a day, maybe just for a week. It goes away and it makes me stronger. So my challenge to you, my challenge to anybody that wants to do something but just is afraid to do it, or they have that doubt that they can do it, or they don't have the right tools to do it, just do it. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? You fail. So you're back to where you started. there's more upside. There's significantly more upside to doing it than there is to not. All right, let's get back to work. I had a goal to get to this corner and I did it. I am exhausted. Whew. And I definitely didn't have the right tools to be as efficient or as fast as I wanted to be, but I used what I had instead of using what I wish I had. You know, I would love to hear your story about when you just made do with what you had. When you wanted to get something done, you wanted to start a project, you wanted that garden, you wanted to raise the chickens, whatever it be, but you didn't have what you wish you had, but you did use what you did have. Tell us the story down below. We would love to hear it. I'm sure our other viewers would love to read it as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.